As we summarize our Breaking Down Reserve Funding webinar, the important takeaway is that you don't have a choice about deterioration at your association. You only have a choice about how you respond to the ongoing cost of that deterioration, how and if you prepare financially for those upcoming projects. Remember, minimizing your reserve funding does not minimize your costs. Minimizing reserve funding just kicks the funding can down the road towards special assessment land, putting home values at risk and increasing your liability exposure. So be safe out there. Update your reserve study regularly to learn the reserve funding needed to sustain the association, and then put that plan in place. Looking at the clock, now it's time to summarize and bring this subject of breaking down reserve funding plans together into some lessons that you can take away. So, some things I want to leave you with. Cash flow methodology is always going to be better. It's more flexible. You saw me working with it there. It uses your cash more efficiently, and for the majority of associations, it's going to result in a lower funding requirement. And that's because when the association is in catch-up mode, you have a little squishy ability to share the cash between components there. And we have a webinar called Reserve Studies 103. You want to see us walk through this with a lot more time, go look for Reserve Studies 103 on our website or on YouTube. And you need to appreciate that some associations are more expensive to maintain than others. You can't always do a direct comparison. Expenses are going to be different. The financial starting point is going to be different. The funding goal is going to be different. Maybe they're not getting as much interest as you are. Maybe they're getting more interest than you are. All those kinds of factors are going to come into play that makes it difficult to compare, well, why are they paying more or less into reserves than we are? What's important is what's right for your association. And do appreciate that Mother Nature and Father Time are real and they don't negotiate. When it's time for your roof to fail, your roof is going to fail. And that's a deterioration bill that needs to be paid. You can see that coming. Do it over time so everyone pays their fair share. The board's job is to budget for the needs of the association. Appreciate that. The board's job is not to try to keep the assessments as close to last year as possible. That's a game that's doomed to failure. So success is not found by having inadequate cash, which results in trashing everyone's home values and increasing board liability. Increasing board liability because they're failing to budget for the needs of the association. And this may be, given the poll that we did at the very start, one of the most important slides I have here. For board members and managers, do your job. Tell the owners how much it costs to live there. We see it all the time. If you ever go to a new car lot, you'll see stickers on the windows that say, these are your expectations. You can see this is a big rig. Might be let's say a GMC, so what's that make it, a Suburban? But it doesn't get a lot of miles per gallon. Deal with the truth. Tell the owners how much it costs to live there, and they can decide if the association suits them or not. You have a responsibility to run the affairs of the association and tell people what the costs are going to be, okay? And so I want to leave you with the thought, update your reserve study, get the accurate information, get the updated information you need so you can make those decisions and then decide. Give your association the cash it needs. The leverage that applies is incredible. When your association has the cash it needs, property values are strong. Property values are measured in thousands of dollars. Reserve funding is typically measured in tens or hundreds of dollars. So that's the leverage, that's the wisdom. And that brings me to the end of my prepared content for today. I want to leave you with the idea that we have a deep library of resources at our website, reservestudy.com, all based on doing reserve studies now for 36, coming on 37 years. We have a very informative book, easy to read, lots of illustrations, stories. It's called Understanding Reserves. It's available on Amazon, and you can download Chapter 1 for free from our website if you want to get a taste. And just a reminder, UPlanet is that sandbox tool that we provide for all our professional reserve study clients. If you're not a client of Association Reserves, you can subscribe at $399 a year. Work with your reserve plan. Figure out what works. Figure out what crash and burn is. And also you can help guide your association safely and successfully to the future. If you like what you see, there's, again, a large library of resources we have on YouTube, webinars, webinar breakdowns, little short explanation type videos. Look for them, search for them, give them a like, and subscribe to our channel. And that's not even talking about next month when Paige, I believe, will have a guest expert talking about inflation and investments, how to maximize your reserve funding. So at this point in time, let me turn the microphone over to Paige, who will handle our Q&A time together. At Association Reserves, we make the present less stressful and the future more secure. If you want to join us in this mission, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Leave a comment down below on what you'd like to see us address in a future video. Let's plan for your best future.